Won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? What's up? Come on in. Y'all, I almost didn't make it, but I made it. Never would have made it. I made it. No Fred Hampton or whatever his name is. But I had an appointment today. I had to go get my facial and my massage. Today was self-care Friday. Sure. It was self-care Friday. Yesterday, I went and got my nails and my feet done. This morning, I went and got a facial and I got a full body massage. This time, I got a man. And let me just say this. Shout out to the people who do the massages and all of that. But last month, when I did my self-care day, I had a massage. The massage was great. But I'm not going to lie. My mind, it was a little everywhere. And it's only because the person who was giving me the massage was a clear dagger. And I ain't know, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't really get into the massage because my mind couldn't wrap around a clear dagger. You know, I don't know. And she was like a hard dagger, like bull dagger. You know what I'm saying? So the massage was good. Like I said, it was just, I couldn't, my brain was overacting. But this time, I got a man. He wasn't gay. No shade. I would have liked it a gay man too, but I got a man. He didn't look gay, at least. I don't know. And he was really good. I'm going to make him my massage therapist from now on. Because the clear dagger had me, I couldn't even pay attention and relax for the massage. I swear to God. Because listen, I be naked in my massages. I be naked, okay? So I couldn't relax because, I don't know, just all kind of stuff was popping up in my head. But she was great. It was nothing to do with her. She was great. It was all me. That was me. But anyway, I did have self-care day today, and it was great, you know. Yeah, and it was, you should have seen this clear dagger. She was, let me stop, because the lady is beautiful. She was a nice lady. That lady was extremely sweet, but it just was messing with my head. But anyway, yeah, that's why I'm late, y'all. So we got a few things to discuss. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll know when we upload and go live. Also, it's Educational Friday. OMG, it is Educational Friday, so please make sure y'all pull up to Educational Friday this evening. We will be doing I don't know what we're going to be doing, but we'll be doing something, okay? So make sure y'all pull up to Educational Friday later on. It won't be too much further after this because I like the rest of my Friday. This new Mexican restaurant just opened and I'm about to go see who all in there. This new Mexican restaurant around my house. I have been looking and lurking, waiting to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I meet a lot of nice people at Mexican restaurants down at the bar. So I'm going to be down there this evening. So yeah, I'm not going to be on here all day. Okay? So anyway, let's get into, I did see Navajo went into labor. Talking about, what's the girl real name? Nevaeh. I did see Nevaeh. I like that you call her Navajo. Y'all, it's funny. Why would you call that girl Navajo? I did see Navajo went into labor, and I must say, Ken, she looked like she was scared. She looked like she was a little terrified, because they say allegedly the date's not adding up. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Blueface was trolling her on the way down to the hospital. Don't get me the line. I don't know. But I must say, Navajo is that's the good one. That one took me out for the day. Thank you. What's going on? Shout out to everybody pulling up from Twitch. What's going on, Risa? What's going on? Shout out to everybody pulling up for Twitch, Rumble, and Facebook as well. Shout out to all my Facebook people. Now, what we talking about today? Have y'all heard about the equitable grading scale? So if y'all went to school with me in the 80s, 90s, and beyond, that means before that, we had a grading scale, right? Whatever percentage made an A, then B, then C, then D, and all of those things. Well, I remember when I was growing up, it was a 93 to 100 was an A. And then I remember as I got older, it went from a 93 to 100 was an A to 92 to 100 was an A. Then it was 90 to 100 was an A. I remember that because I remember I was big, y'all. I am huge or was huge growing up on being on the honor roll. Like me and my sister it wasn't really a competition, but we was the two kids my mama never had to worry about as far as report cards. We were extremely intelligent, okay? So I was an AB girl. You know what I'm saying? I never was a straight A girl. I never wanted to put that much effort into school. However, I was definitely an AB girl, and I always made sure I paid attention to that grading scale. And I saw that it was slipping when I was in school. Probably when I got to college, it started going like 90 to 100. But no cap. Now the new grading scale is like 84 or 85 to 100 is an A. And then the B scale is like a 70 something to an 85 is a B. Basically lowering the numbers. And why is this important? Because if you lower the grading scale, you're basically dumbing down the children. Does that make sense? So if I had to strive to get at least a 93 to be an A student, that would typically make me work harder. I typically read more, I typically do more homework, and I strive to do better on my tests. But now, if I know that I can do an 85 or 80 or a 75 and still get a B, I'm not going to put forth much effort. Put yourself in the mind of a child. You know what I'm saying? So this equitable grading scale that they have is literally a system to dumb down our children. And listen, this isn't all over the world. This is in America in public schools, them charter schools and public schools that all of our children go to. And it ain't just ours, it's poor whites too. So if y'all in here, it's your kids too. It's literally an effort to make the children dumber. Remember what I told y'all. When they were showing us these depictions of slaves, they had us believing that this stuff was our past. But I told y'all what they would like to make this stuff is our future. Remember this? I told y'all they had us all fooled with the transatlantic slave trade, making us believe that they had us packed up under the bottom of boats, sailing all across the world, packed like sardines. I told y'all that's not what that wasn't the past. That's what they want for our future. And if you dumb down the people and make them 100% dependent on the government and or the media, then you can get them to volunteer to get on the boat and do this. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm thinking that we need to be mindful of this equitable grading scale. It's different. It's bigger than giving the children an easier way to make an A. It's really about dumbing down a whole group of people. So we're going to get into that. This is why parents, mothers, we got to go back to being our first teachers. We got to go back to being our children's first teachers. So we're going to get into that. We also got to get into Big Tigger's ex-wife, OMG. So y'all remember Big Tigger's ex-wife was on the run with her missing daughter, and the daddy had been looking for the daughter for like 10 years, but then Big Tigger and the ex-wife end up getting into a whole fist fight or something like that. I don't know. They broke up. Long story short, the missing daughter that the mama went to prison for is with Big Tigger. My bad, y'all. I hit the thing. Listen, the little girl that was missing, that the mama ended up going to prison for, is apparently with Big Tigger. And I'm like, what is Big Tigger doing with this girl? Now, mind you, this ain't Big Tigger daughter. I don't understand why we'll get into it. It's a lot going on with that. Also, gynecologists, for all of us girls who go down and put our feet in them stirrups and let them people put that plastic thing between our legs and bust our coochies open like this. Tell me why they had a lady went down to the doctor and did that, and they had a camera recording into the doggone room. We're going to get into that. We also need to get into a TS lesbian. Yes, A TS lesbian took to social media to let us know that being a TS lesbian is one of the hardest things inside of the LGBTQIA plus community because of women. Okay, so yes, we have a TS lesbian that's coming out to give his or her POV of how it is in 2026 being a TS lesbian. Wait. That's not straight. This is a TS lesbian. This is a TS lesbian, okay? So we're gonna get into it, and y'all not gonna get on here and act like y'all don't know what I'm saying. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. A TS lesbian, okay? So we're gonna get into that. We also gotta get into Pilar Sanders talks about the indigenous Black Americans. We're gonna get into that. She's talking to Shiloh, who's Deion Sanders' son, and her, and she's speaking about how the indigenous people in America were Black and indigenous. And it's so funny because I was having this back and forth with AI because I asked AI to make me a historic depiction of Black indigenous Indians in America prior to Columbus. And AI told me that he can't do that, or they can't do it because that's not true. And I said, so AI, are you telling me that there were no melanated indigenous people in America prior to Columbus? And then they were like, well, technically, no, because you're implying that Africans. I said, wait, pass, go back. I'm getting back and forth with the AI. I said, go back. I didn't say African. I said, because to imply that all melanated people are African is extremely racist. I said, so I'm not speaking of Africans. I'm speaking of melanated people in America. I asked AI, are you telling me that there were no melanated people in America prior to Columbus? AI came back and was like, well, it depends on the term indigenous and what language and what. Yeah. Do not trust AI. Sometimes, honestly, I wouldn't use AI for research on something I don't know nothing about, because you'll easily fall into a rabbit hole of lies. AI is programmed to lie to you, okay? Even though AI agreed that melanated people were in America, and it is racist to assume that they were African, AI still told me, because it was programmed the way that it's programmed, that it could not depict or show me a depiction of melanated Indians in America. And that told me it's not about what's right and what's wrong or true and what's false. It's basically the way that AI is programmed. But this is what they want us to do. They want us to completely rely on AI. And if we do that, especially knowing AI is not right, where would that leave us? Just about as dumb as these kids on this equitable grading scale. So we gonna get into that. And I did write Vince Mensa down. We gonna get into him. I heard he was a punk. We'll get into that. So y'all come on in here and get the likes up. Let's get off the jump out the window and into the building, into the frying pan, okay? Shout out to everybody sending us jewels. Star T's Lawson, thank you for the super chat. Says, I'm at work and waiting for you to come on. Like, where Boo at? Thank you so much. Listen, I was running late, girl. I was running late. The lady was doing my honey facial or whatever it was, girl. I was snoring during the facial. Woke myself up from snoring. So I can imagine what the lady was saying. You know what I'm saying, girl? Listen, I woke up, girl, damn near choked on my own goddamn snoring, girl. I had to tell the lady, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I tipped her good, though. I tipped her good. I was snoring down. But anyway, hope my skin look cute. Let's get into the show. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Oh, hold on. Let me pull up a couple of honorable mentions. Y'all already know what it is. We go straight to the honorable mentions first, and then we go to the other stuff. And I got a couple of them. Girl. Let's get into Rick Ross and 50 Cent. So y'all remember 50 Cent is beefed out. I didn't know this. So let me back this up. So you remember 50 Cent did this interview about the show Power, and 50 Cent was talking about how the lady, what's her name? Hold on, let me pull it up. He was talking about how the lady who wrote the series fired Ghost because of basically her personal feelings. I didn't know that interview was happening because 50 Cent got kicked off of the Power series. I didn't know that. Let me see if let me see what AI got to say about it. Was 50 Cent kicked off the Power series?
No. 50 Cent left the Power series voluntarily. He chose not to renew his contract with Starz in September 2022 after the show and its spinoffs became very successful.
Yeah, he got fired. He got fired. But y'all remember him doing this interview. I didn't know that this was done out of spite. Well, at least according to Rick Ross, the interview was done out of spite. According to Rick Ross, he was mad because Courtney Kemp, the lady who created Power, not only fired Ghost, allegedly she fired 50 Cent ass too, allegedly. But let's get into what 50 Cent had to say about the lady. And you know what? When Rick Ross said what he said, it started to make sense why 50 Cent was all of a sudden speaking negatively about the lady, because he had never spoken negatively about her before. But he's speaking about how she got rid of Ghost from Power because she was in her feelings. Check it out.
Some points, when people have success for the first time in their career, sometimes they need it to be all ass, right? So the difficult thing is if they have their success for the first time and it's a 50 Cent show, it is a 50 Cent show. Like publicly, people look at it like it's presented by 50 Cent.
Let me pause him right quick because now I see where the conflict is coming from. Courtney Kemp is the creator. She's the one who sat down and put pen to paper and created this Power thing. 50 Cent had the money and he had the influence. So I guess they came together to do what we know as Power. Now, although I must say the show is not a show without 50 Cent, we have to give credence to the fact that the creator is the one who owns it. And I get it, do some type of business deals. He may have gotten or acquired some ownership through that. But at the end of the day, this is not a 50 Cent show. Yes, it seems like it to the audience. And if that's what he's saying, I get that. But ultimately, I think that's where the bumping heads probably came in too, because even though you understand presenting it to us, it seems like a 50 Cent show. 50 should have knew in the back of his mind, this not my shit. Yeah, I'm invested. Yeah, my name is on it. And yeah, I have maybe some shares in it. But ultimately, this not my stuff. Now I'm starting to see how they probably was starting to bump heads. Anyway.
50 Cent, the story is from Southside Jamaica, Queens. Everything is 50 Cent tied to the show. The music that's playing is 50 Cent. It got awkward for the writer, for the showrunner, because she felt like it was registering as a 50 Cent show instead of her show. And that turned into, it got weird with her behaviors and the things that was going on behind the scenes with her.
Now, I want to say something in Courtney Kemp's defense. Let's say I create something and 50 Cent is just the man coming by with the money. If we make an agreement that we're going to go into business together and then somehow inside this business agreement, it turns into an all 50 Cent production, I would feel some type of way too. I ain't even going to hold you. Because nigga, you the investor. You are not the brains behind this operation. Okay? Yeah, you got input. Yeah, we wrote you down as an executive producer, but all you is the money on. You are not the brains behind the operation. And if you got these people thinking that this is all about 50 Cent, then I don't blame Courtney Kemp. I feel some type of way too, because nigga, this mine shit. Okay, now I'm starting to understand.
And then it also was friction between her and Amari, because he was feeling like he was the lead and the star of the show. So she was having a problem with anybody who was leading the show because she felt like it was her show, like it was hers. And it was a show rightfully as a writer, but he is the star of the show. Omari would have died. Ghost Must Die. He would have died where Kanan died, that much earlier. She planned to kill Omari's character off right there. And I'm like, nah. I could feel how the general public was feeling about it. And I knew that was not the right decision. And I was saying, well, she said, well, then if he doesn't die, something has to happen. Something big has to happen. And I'm like, me, like kill my character. Like I got other shit to do. I could go be 50 Cent and then I don't have to be here anymore. Like, look, I took a pay cut to be there the entire time that I was on that show.
Do you agree with them killing Ghost?
I wouldn't have killed him. The shit could still been running if it was right now. It just was creatively a decision that she made because she was not feeling him no more. It turned into almost hatred to him feeling like that. At some points, when people have success for the first time in their career.
Now let me just say this in 50 Cent's defense, as far as the show, as far as what we want for the show, I'm with him. I would not have killed off Ghost, and it absolutely made more sense to kill off Kanan because, like he said, he's 50 Cent. He's popping during the time. He don't need to be on the show. We met Kanan. He got killed. Bet. You see what I'm saying? And I get it. He probably had a creative input on the show as well. But now I'm starting to see it from a different angle. It seems like not only was she battling 50 Cent for the show, hell, she was battling Omari for the show as well. Because he was Ghost. And I'm pretty sure he felt like, and he wouldn't be wrong, Ghost would not be wrong. Omari Hardwick would not be wrong for feeling like, nigga, this my shit. Because that nigga played Ghost so good, I ain't even gonna hold you. That nigga Omari played Ghost so good, man, he can't be nobody else. You know, matter of fact, I seen the dude a few years ago, and he had on a shirt and tie. And in my mind, I said that nigga probably sell drugs like Ghost on the side. He probably a hitman. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, man. It's about ownership, and it's about people coming on the ship later. That's a whole big misunderstanding. But anyway, why are we here? Y'all know 50 Cent and Rick Ross been beefing since the early 2000s. Since Juvenile and Manny Fresh came out with Back That Things Up. You know what I'm saying? Well, once Rick Ross heard 50 Cent speaking negatively about Courtney Kemp, he came out and had something to say in defense of Courtney Kemp. Now, do I think that he's trying to defend Courtney Kemp? No. He's using this opportunity as an opportunity to get back at 50. However, he is making some kind of sense. Let's get into what Rick Ross had to say.
I want to go viral this morning, so Curtis, I ain't finished with you. I saw you making excuses of why you was kicked off the shows, blamed it on the black woman. She's the creator. She wrote it. It's her show. Ghost was her show. Kanan was her show. She gave you 3,500 an episode. Just to do little posts and all that. Be loyal to the black woman the way you are to Eminem. She gave you an opportunity. But I heard you say you finna release new music with Eminem and Tupac. Hey, boy, Pac been dead 30 years. Let the man rest in peace. And Eminem, come on now. Come on. Come on, Curtis. Put them shoes out, let them flop, and do your Tony Yayo Lloyd Banks remix, baby. Come on, baby, let's go. I want to go viral.
These niggas petty as hell. Rick Ross and 50 Cent, I'm starting to believe them niggas is best friends behind the scenes. These niggas is petty as hell. No cap. Because why would you tell this man that lady pay him $3,500 an episode? That was the low blow. 50, did that lady give you $3,500 an episode? At any rate, he made a few points. I really do feel like he took this opportunity to get back at 50, but he made some points. You won't come on the internet and drag the black woman, but now you about to reunite with Eminem, and we all know 50 Cent gawk 3000s off of Eminem. And I told y'all Eminem was another one made in the lab. He can't even rap in real life. That's why all his raps sound like rhymes, like poetry, because somebody wrote it. They probably had AI wrote that shit back then. We just didn't know it. But either way, I'm with Rick Ross when he's right. I do feel like he didn't have to come to the internet to drag the lady, you know, in the way in which he did. But I get it. It was messy in between. Rick Ross, you wrong for this coming out here saying that man is going off on this black lady, especially knowing that you don't care about the black lady. You just wanted to get back at doggone 50. Get off of here. Anyways, these is rich people fighting. These people got land and money and things of that nature. See, when I get my land and my money, yeah, it's going to be a problem. I'm going to be talking with bass in my verse. You got to know it, okay? Anyways, speaking of bass in our verse, look at Keisha Cole. With somebody's child. Look. And look at him. High is the cost of living. Look at him. Bird probably don't even work no more. Look. He probably need a gas station pill to get it up. That's how you look. You know, this tells me a lot about Keisha. Y'all don't see nothing. A lot of people may not see anything wrong with this, but this tells me a lot about Keisha. Keisha older than me. I'm 43. Keisha got to be about 45. She got to be about 45. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how old this young man is, but it tells me a lot about Keisha Cole's mentality. Because it ain't even about his age at this point. I don't care if the little boy 25, 30. I don't even care. He seems like a child. Look like she gotta get that nigga money when he wanna go out Friday night. Like she gotta pull his clothes out. Make sure he take a bath and brush his teeth. You know what I'm saying? Look like she helped that nigga pick his outfits out and things of that nature. Either way, I am judging. I was about to say I'm not judging. I am. It just tells me a lot about the inside of her mind. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Keisha Cole was allegedly a crack baby, like Toya in them. Remember, I told y'all Walt told y'all that Nita, all them churn was crack babies. He said Toya a crack baby. He said Beatty a crack baby. All of them, okay. Same thing with Keisha Cole. All of them is crack babies. I think maybe Neffy may not be a crack baby. Don't get me the line. I don't know. I thank God my mama said put the crack pipe down. She didn't smoke no crack. My mama said no to drugs back then. Thank you, mama. Let's move on. Oh, Lord, to not be a crack baby, huh? Thank you, Lord. I can imagine though too, being in that type of environment where crack is the new thing. Just think about it. It's the 80s. Yeah, we just learned about AIDS, but it's kind of like a thing on TV, you know? And then here comes the new drug, crack. And the people say if you take one hit, you fly to the moon like goddamn astronauts. And I can see all the niggas in line with their $5 waiting for their hit to take a ride to the moon. Not understanding once they get on this goddamn this aerospace vehicle, you ain't coming back off this hole. Oh, that's not funny, but I'm just saying. And I must say, shout out to the crackheads. They didn't die. They only multiplied. They cooked. They cleaned. They built houses. They fixed cars. They was our mayors. They was our school principals. Because my brother used to sell crack to the teachers when we was in middle school. Yes. My brother in 7th grade, I was in 6th grade, my brother was in 7th grade. My brother used to sell crack to the teachers when we was in middle school, baby, please. And I'm not making this up. This is a real story. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, them crackheads, even though they had their crack benches and all of that, them people was healthy. They never went to the hospital. I never seen the crackheads at the hospital, never seen one hurt. They was healthy. You know what I'm saying? They took their crack meds. They was just more productive people than we have today. You know, but shout out to the crackheads. Let's move on. Speaking of the crackheads, Lord have mercy. Whose child is this? Let me tell y'all something with these badass churn that y'all running around here talking about they got autism. This little boy around here was knocking on people's doors playing nigger knock. But they say he around there stabbing people. He better be only stabbing clears. Because I tell you what, in Georgia is a stand your ground state. Any one of you people around here, and this is a black boy, any one of you crazy ass mamas and daddies around here letting your child run wild and blaming it on autism, you're gonna get his neck snapped back. This little boy started going around people's houses, banging on people's doors, playing nigger knock, antagonizing the neighbors because he want to be a serial killer. I tell you what, his serial killer days would have ran low when he knocked at my door. Let's get into the story. It says, teen wearing clown costume arrested in East St. Louis after fatal stabbing case. 15-year-old clown costume accused of fatally stabbing 78-year-old man after being caught on the doorbell cameras going house to house. Watch y'all churn. Autism gonna get one of their heads popped off. I swear to God.
18-year-old boy caught on camera going from house to house in East St. Louis dressed as a clown is facing murder charges. Police say the teen stabbed an elderly man to death near a bus stop while wearing that costume.
Fox 2's Max Deep Night has more on this frightening video tonight and also caught up with the homeowner who says she was terrified and refused to open her door.
I'm looking for you. A chilling video shows the moment a teen wearing a clown costume rang Laura Palmer's Ring doorbell camera. It happened just after 9 p.m. Monday as she was laying in bed inside of her East St. Louis home.
I had to catch my breath because I have a heart problem, and it just scared me real good.
Palmer, 72, says she heard the words the teen said and knew that something wasn't quite right.
It was just very frightening that someone would do and say those words, that time of evening at your home.
An hour later, down the street, East St. Louis police say they responded to this bus stop at the intersection of 76th and State Streets to a report of a body in the road. The St. Clair County Coroner's Office identified that man as 78-year-old John Allen of St. Louis. Police say Allen died after that same teen stabbed him multiple times. Neighbors say they are still in disbelief.
We seen the guy laying in the street, and they had cops and ambulance already around him, so I don't know what happened. I just seen him laying out there or whatever.
Someone lost their life here, and that's not right at all, to take someone's life just because you want to be a clown. Basically, exactly what he was dressed like, a clown.
Back down the road at Palmer's home, there is relief that this young suspect has been caught. Miss Laura, a devout Christian, says she is praying for the teen suspect, but feels a higher power protected her Monday night.
He was outside this door, and I wasn't going to let him in.
Reporting in East St. Louis, Max Deeknight, Fox 2 News.
A 15-year-old boy caught on camera.
Yeah, get these badass children. I'd be damned if I would have prayed for him. You lying to me. I'd be damned if I'd have sent any of my energy up to the Most High. Pray for his little badass. Shitting me. And if he'd have banged on my doorbell looking through that peephole like that, he'd have pulled back with one eye less. The fuck? I don't know what's going on. He might be possessed. Y'all do know I had saw this story of this lady who had been doing witchcraft on other people. I don't know how true this story is, but there was this story of a lady who had been doing witchcraft on other people. And the witchcraft wasn't sticking or working on whoever they wanted to stick to, so it bounced back and hit her kids. And according to the story, the lady's kids started doing like paranormal shit like this and all, you know what I'm saying? Because the energy had to go somewhere. From what I read or heard, you know what I'm saying? It could be some stuff like that. I don't know. Or maybe that little nigga just crazy. Either way, watch y'all churn. And autism gonna get one of their heads popped off. Say what I said. Speaking of autism, look at these niggas here gay baiting. Dean and Adrian Broner acting like they're kissing. Look how Dean looking at him. Some gay boy put it on TikTok and said that straight men be gay baiting. That's exactly what they doing, and they get paid a lot of money to do so. Look. I don't know if they're gonna let me play that music.
No, hell no.
He asking them, he was like, "You like me?" And Adrian Broner was like, "Nah, nigga, I love you." This is what they do, though. And these are supposed to be straight men, because I'm telling you, they want the behavior of straight men to change. They want straight men to start exploring into, you know what I'm saying, sexuality with the same sex. That's what this is all about. It's about an agenda. It really sucks. It's really sad. But they getting paid a lot of money to do it. Like Adrian Broner told y'all yesterday. He just doing what he got to do. Oh, God. Hell no. I ain't going to spend all 8 minutes on this. But did y'all see Ray J and Brandy was caught together? So Brandy finally got caught with her brother Ray J. For a while she wouldn't have him around because he was over here with the agency and things of that nature. And according to Brandy, she was too good for that. Okay. So she finally recently caught up with her little brother, and she decided to come to the internet and tell us that her and her little brother is back in track. Let's get into it.
Look who it is. Up here with a Band-Aid on.
Yeah, for shits and giggles.
What is going on? I don't even know. I don't even want to know. But
for shits and giggles.
But I just love this guy.
Look. So after they were caught together, is Brandy got a new album about to come out or something? Because Brandy been a lot into the news lately, huh? I think they're both full of it too. But I don't know. Brandy must have some new work coming out or something. She's just trying to get her name back in the press. I don't know. But either way, remember, Brandy hadn't spoke to Ray J in a while because he was doing stuff with the gay agency. He was crashing out online. She had been acting like she was too good for her brother. But that's not the truth. They the same person. She just was too good to hang out with him in front of us. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, Ray J made it down to the Breakfast Club, which I forgot it's still on. Ever since they went to Netflix, we forgot they even exist. But he went down to the Breakfast Club and they was asking him how he felt about Brandy allowing him to be in her space, seeing that she had done abandoned him or banished him out of her energy. Let's get into it.
You look healthier. You sound calmer. Is this why Brandy let you back in the house?
well, shout out to B. We just connected in Atlanta, and I was just in the lobby.
Lobby of what? The hotel?
Yeah, but even though I go back to the house still, but that was just we just actually low key just ran into each other in Atlanta. So,
but why did she want to be seen with you publicly? Because she hasn't wanted to be seen with you publicly.
Well, I think some of the stuff I've been doing, like I think that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Especially with where she's going and where she's at, and then kind of where we are with this kind of loud, performative, live content on the streams.
But she got her Hollywood star on fame.
I know. That's why I'm
on the Walk of Fame, and you weren't.
I wasn't there. Yeah.
Were you hurt by that?
Yeah. I was hurt by why I wasn't. Not that I wasn't, but just I understood it.
It was you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
100%. But you still like sad,
Absolutely, I was sad for you.
But I take full accountability for it, and it makes sense.
And that's your sister. She can see you. That's why I said when I saw y'all together the other day, I was like, oh, that's good that they're in a good place. But now that I'm seeing you, I'm like, oh, she can see exactly what we seeing right now.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that I've kind of looked at a lot of the tape and videos, and I've been in here focused, and I've been in here crazy, both. And some of the crazy times I've been in here was just, I don't know, it was unacceptable.
What's the? And I'm being honest right now. What's the first thing you had to heal that nobody could actually see?
Just, I think it boils down to you having confidence, but then also understanding the reality of life, right? Like, I stopped believing in myself.
Yeah, Ray J talking out the side of his neck. Willie Ray, please. Ray ain't healed a goddamn thing. Okay? Brandy must need to get back into the doggone algorithm so she was seen snapped up with her brother. I'm telling you, it wouldn't surprise me if Brandy drop a new album, a single, a EP. She got a new movie or something. Girl, this ain't got nothing to do with none of that. As long as Ray J is bad for the brand, she don't want him around. But when she trying to get back in the streets, she need him because his name is in the streets. Stop the cap. Brandy is a bullshit bitch. Ray J is a bullshit nigga. And they come from Willie Ray Sr. and Sonia, who's king and queen bullshit, in my opinion. I'm just not buying it. That worked in the 90s. That worked when we was watching Moesha. That don't work no more. Only when we was watching Moesha, we not buying it no more. Speaking of not buying it, why are black people at Lake Lanier swimming? Y'all gonna let this viral shit send y'all to hell. Let's get into it. You go, I'm not getting up.
All right, I get out. Hold on, Go ahead, Chris. Where the Chris go? Hey, the Christmas swimming already here.
You know what I was thinking? Because I be wanting to write. When I was younger, I used to want to write scary movies, but really gory scary movies. And the first thing I was thinking when I saw these two idiots jump in Lake Lanier, I was like, what if they get back on the boat? Everybody laughs like everybody's like, oh my God, it was a dare. We double dog dared y'all. Y'all jumped in the water. And then they get back on the boat. Everything's fine. They go back to the beach. They have drinks. And then they go home and some entities are attached to them. And these entities make them do crazy things to themselves and each other. You know what I'm saying? So let's say for instance, she start pulling maybe the girl might start getting in the mirror and doing some real gory stuff like cutting and carving herself. You know what I'm saying? Or the boy might end up walking outside and purposely falling on a stick. You know, some old Final Destination shit. That's what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I was like, going viral is so important in 2026 that people forget that there are certain things that we don't do. And one of those things is go and play in Lake Lanier, because we understand that ancestors are literally still trapped under Lake Lanier. There are souls. Listen to me. There are souls under that water, because there's a whole city under that water. A city equipped with houses, schools, graveyards, all kinds of stuff. So again, I don't know. And then plus the water's kind of shallow in certain places. So then I was thinking, what if one of them jumped off the high part and hit something? You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Either way, I don't understand why we do this, but I do understand. We do it to go viral. But all I can say is this to the young lady and to the young man. You don't know if you out of water yet. You don't know exactly what's going to happen, if anything. You never know until it happens. You know, you got to stop wanting to go viral by any means necessary. Because sometimes we can put ourselves in very compromising situations. Because God forbid, y'all jumped in that water, had a great time, and then next thing you know, now you done gone crazy. And everybody like, oh Lord, somebody must have put something in her drink. Oh, it must have been that time she was smoking weed. No, that was when they jumped in that water. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, let's move on. Hella trees down there. Hell yeah, Sergeant King. Especially when the boy jumped from the top. The first thing I was thinking was that water in certain areas is not deep at all. What if he would have jumped from the top of that boat and into the water and hit something down there? They got boats that get stuck at Lake Lanier because there are things that are like really like how shallow the water is in different areas at Lake Lanier. Every year, boats get stuck there. So I don't know. Everybody different. I wouldn't recommend. Do what you want. I just personally wouldn't recommend anybody to do that. I think it's stupid. And I think you're playing with fire that you don't necessarily have to play with. It's pretty dumb. Okay? Oh, and good news, and this isn't dumb, Boosie offers Boosie Networks. Boosie got his own network company. It says Boosie officially launches Boosie Network. It says, Rumi, which show are you watching first? It says, Boosie has added another title to his resume with the official launch of Boosie Network. The new platform brings together original movies, exclusive series, podcasts, cartoons, documentaries, music, tour dates, and more, giving fans one place to tap into everything Boosie has been building. Only Boosie could announce original movies, podcasts, comedy, and then casually remind everybody he's got a fishing adventures too. It says, Roomies, are y'all tapping in? And what's the first click? Let's get into Boosie introduce his new platform. It's Boosie Network. Shout out to Boosie.
The whole world to tap in right now and subscribe, man. I'm doing it big this time. Boosie Network. Anything with Boosie. Vlogs, fishing videos, movies. You want to understand now or you want to understand later? Every fucking thing you want in life is gonna cost you some.
Well, guess you back in town. Old friend of mine. Man, how life been treating you, man? Oh, we can see how life been treating you, man. You need anything, man, you holler at your boy. And by the way, you know I'm still doing that football thing too. 4 championships.
Jeremiah, I have some good news. You have a twin brother.
I have a twin brother?
Yeah, according to this, it says that he's located in Lincoln Correctional Facility.
Jail?
For attempted murder.
Holy moly. Armed robbery? Good God gracious.
Music, tour dates, pay-per-views.
Back then, I was just living. I was just living. I was just enjoying the moment. I was just enjoying the moment, man. Live on DVD, Tootie Badass. Go fuck with Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle, man.
Jeezy, what's up, my nigga? Ain't shit, my nigga.
Boosie Network, August 22nd, save the date. We got 7 new films, never been seen, new documentaries, several new fishing vlogs. If you got a film, let's bring it to Boosie Network. If you got talent, let's bring it to Boosie Network, where stars are made.
You gonna see anything that's going on with Boosie? Boosie Network. Subscribe right now.
Go ahead on, Boosie Network. Go ahead on. I love me a good entrepot nigga. Shout out to Boosie and Boosie Network. I ain't gonna lie, I did not expect to see Boosie acting on the network. I thought we would see him fishing, rapping, touring, things of that nature. Did not expect to see Boosie as an actor. You know what that show gave me? Y'all ever seen one of them TV shows where they be saying written by Boosie, acting by Boosie, starring Boosie, produced by Boosie, everything by Boosie? Shout out to Boosie Network. I love this. I think more black people should do this. Instead of us 100% relying on platforms like YouTube, I think at some point when we start creating our own networks, it's going to be racism, but it's going to be hell to pay. Because especially if we start getting our own people to go to our own networks, it's going to be hell to pay. Shout out to Boosie, bro. Congratulations. I'm here for it. I am here for it, okay? I think that's dope. Oh, and Boosie keep buying land. I keep telling y'all, Boosie ain't crazy. Boosie doing what he need to do. He better. Key Young Blood, thank you for being a member for 27 months. Says, Boo, you just wrote a whole Tubi movie. With the witchcraft. Nah, I would write a scary movie because in my movie, I told you I wanted to write scary movies, right? And in my movie, you know how like Perez Hilton was carving himself with the knife. Instead of like carving himself with the knife, it would be something even more gory, more blood. You know what I'm saying? Like blood everywhere. I'm talking about guts, blood, just bleh. You know what I'm saying? I be wanting to write shit like that. Stuff to make you, when you get off that bitch, you have a nightmare. Yeah. I want to write a scary movie like that. I've been wanting to write a scary movie like that since I was a little bitty girl. So when I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about my movie, I was like, ooh. But then I felt bad too, because I was like, I don't want to, put that kind of energy out there. But I could write a badass scary movie. Cookie, thank you for the super chat. Says, what's up, boo? You should definitely write horror stories. I love horror, noir. Oh, okay, it's my favorite. Man, listen. You know how I fell in love with horror movies and horror stories? It was, the year had to be about, 97? Nope. The year had to be like the early 90s. Freddy Krueger came out. I'll never forget it. And I begged my mama, can I watch Freddy Krueger? My mama was like, no. And I don't know if they rented the movie. Either way, I ended up sneaking and watching it. And when I tell you I was terrified, and me and my sister shared a room, I'll never forget. I remember I got in the bed crying, and my sister was like, why are you crying? I was like, I watched the movie. All of a sudden, this heifer was in the other bed hollering, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, you better lock your door. See what you got, the 3, 4? I jumped up, ran out the room. I was like, Mom. And so I finally had to tell my mama that I watched the movie. So I ended up getting in trouble anyway. So I got my ass whooped. And my mama made me go back to the room. And that heifer wouldn't let me sleep in the bed with her. I had to be like, when we moved out Gentilly in second grade. I had to be like in kindergarten, first grade. And that heifer was in the other bed hollering, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. And I swear to God, I didn't sleep for nights. Nights on end, I refused to go to sleep. I cried. Then I snuck and got in her bed. In the morning, she woke up and saw me and beat me up. Girl, it was a time. She beat me up because I snuck in her bed. I waited for her to fall asleep, and I snuck in the bed to sleep with her because I was scared. And she woke up and saw me. Girl, tore my ass up. Anyway, the point is, after that, I said I didn't like that she had that control over me, that she could scare me with the movie. So I decided to force myself to watch it over and over again till I wasn't scared no more. Then I started finding Freddy Krueger to be hilarious. And then when she tried to do it, it didn't work. So that's how I ended up loving horror movies. I kind of made myself love it because she was over there trying to give me a heart attack. Girl, we moved out Gentilly in 3rd grade. No, 2nd grade was my last year in Gentilly. So I had to be in kindergarten, 1st grade. Second tops. And she was over there trying to give me a heart attack. That heifer wanted me to have a stroke. And look at my scary ass. She whooped my ass. Because my sister knew how to fight. Man, she woke up and saw me. Wow, wow, wow. Look at me. Bitch, I don't care. I needed somebody to sleep with, bitch. You ain't about to have me up all night every night. Say what I said. I done got beat up for better. Hello? Let's move on. But anyway, speaking of getting beat up for better, I saw this video of this boy talking about what happens when we black out on alcohol. Now, I didn't watch the video. We're going to watch it together. But I think he about to say something spiritual. And I believe it. Because you know how many times when I used to drink and get drunk, when I used to do that, because I don't do that no more. But when I used to drink and get drunk, it was so many times I would black out. And I used to think blacking out meant passing out. And it don't. Blacking out just means a period of time where you don't have control over your mind and you don't remember. And I've had people say, oh, girl, you was this, you was that. Nothing too crazy. But still, I've had people tell me that I've done stuff during the blackout. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, what the F? So I'm interested to know what he's going to say happens during blackouts. Let's get into it. It says the reason you black out after drinking liquor or alcohol.
To hear this. This is a live witch. She is going to explain the truth about liquor and alcohol. Everything getting brought to the light over here on this channel and on this side. So y'all smash that follow button. Y'all listen to what she got to say.
Congratulations, Tis I Nigel. She says, I'm 7 days off the drink, y'all. Congratulations, beautiful. Congratulations.
And you might want to stop blowing your money on liquor.
Alcohol is called what? Spirits. And the reason it's called that is because when you drink it, it numbs your body and makes you, go numb in the mind.
Listen.
And it allows these different spirits that are just waiting for a vessel to temporarily jump in and do whatever they want.
This ain't a reach.
That's why a lot of people do some shit, be like, I don't remember that at all. It's because it wasn't you. Anyway, so he had been drinking.
Hold on. Say that one more time.
Say it again.
So when you drink, people drink, get real drunk, and they'll say the next day,
they'll black out.
Black out.
That's the word I always hear. I blacked out.
Spirit came.
I have serious stories about that. And they'll go, I don't remember none of that. It's because it wasn't them. Temporarily, it allowed these, twisted spirits to jump in, do some fucked up shit, jump back out, they jump all over the place.
People end up pregnant, killing somebody, hurting somebody, saying something they shouldn't have said.
Y'all just heard the reason why y'all blacked out and you didn't remember nothing. You blacked out and didn't remember nothing because of an unclean spirit. Let this be a warning and let this educate you on the dangers of drinking too much alcohol and liquor. Y'all, I keep telling y'all, as long as you see this face, I'm going to let you know that everything is spiritual. These unclean spirits, they use your vessel when your body is numb to do the sinful deed through your body, because demonic spirits, they need a body to occupy. And when you and I do things that is sinful, we open the door for these unclean, twisted spirits, like this witch said, to enter into our vessel and use us. And then when it's done using us, using our vessel, it goes away. And then you're like, oh, what happened? Y'all, spiritual warfare we are in. Wake up. You all need...
Bruh, I believe this. And let me tell you why. Because I know I used to drink heavy. And I would black out. And again, nobody never told me I did nothing crazy, but it's still the fact that somebody could tell me a whole situation happened and I don't remember. I done blacked out and drove home. I have literally drove, I've been out drinking, and I don't recommend this, and this is a horrible thing to say, but I'm gonna say it for real. I've been out drinking in the past, and I've been somewhere 35, 45 minutes away from home. I've been so drunk getting in the car that by the time I wake up the next day, I don't even remember if I drove home the night before. This is why I believe the theory that spirits are literally lurking to jump into people's body when they get so much alcohol in it. Because even if we don't believe that they're so-called spirits, they call alcohol spirits. When you go to the liquor store, think about it. When you go to the liquor store, it's called spirits on the thing. And they call it spirits for a reason. They don't just create these words, you know what I'm saying, for no reason. I'm saying all that to say, like, it's highly possible that the alcohol numbs you so much, your energy and your soul so much, that it does leave an open vessel for spirits to hop in. What's the name of that movie that Denzel Washington played in, and that spirit was jumping in people's body? Girl, y'all told me to watch it, and I watched it. It's this movie where Denzel, there's the spirit that was going, and they kept singing the song, "Time is on our side." Yes, it is. He kept singing that song in the doggone movie. Fallen. That's the name of the movie. If y'all ever watch this movie, Fallen, go watch this movie. It's a movie called Fallen, and it's with Denzel Washington. And he put this murderer in jail, in jail. And the murderer was supposed to get death by, lethal injection or whatever. Either way, when they killed the man that Denzel put in jail by lethal injection, the spirit left the man and started searching different people in the world or in the vicinity to hop in. So basically, people who knew Denzel, the spirit would jump from the man who got killed during the lethal injection, and then it jumped in his brother. No, it jumped in his nephew, and his nephew snuck his brother and gave him a black eye. It's crazy. I believe that, y'all. Even if you don't believe in the spirituality in a sense, all I know is they call alcohol spirits, and I have blacked out and not understood what happened. I'm pretty sure you have too, if y'all are honest with yourselves. There's got to be something going on there. There's got to be something going on there. At any rate, we learned something new today if we believe it, okay? Moving on. Now, I want to get into this grading scale thing, because have y'all heard about the new grading scale? No, before we do that, let's get into Big Tigger and the wife. OMG. So, y'all remember the story about Big Tigger and his ex-wife? Let me see if I can pull up another video so we can get a little more backstory. So Big Tigger was married to this woman. They have a kid together. And he went viral because the lady was making it seem like Big Tigger was around there whipping her ass. Well, we would later find out that Big Tigger wasn't whipping her ass. She's crazy, okay? And not only did we find out she's crazy, we found out that she's a kidnapper. Apparently, she had a baby by a man prior to Big Tigger. She had a baby by this man prior to Big Tigger and kidnapped a child. She was supposed to bring the baby back to the boy, and she kidnapped the baby. Now, the baby had been missing for damn near 10 years. I don't know, don't get me the line. And the man had been searching for his child this whole time. Tell me why, in the midst of her and Big Tigger having a domestic dispute, we find out, according to what I'm hearing, Big Tigger had the little girl the whole time. Allegedly. Let's get into it. I want to show y'all a couple of videos from the past. This the girl. This is Big Tigger's ex-wife.
Well, she was sleeping in her room, but we all know that it's not happening. And Big Son's is upstairs in his room. Of course, he doesn't go anywhere else.
That's the ex-wife. Let me see if we can talk about the fight.
You got my phone. Get off of me. Give me back my phone. Get off of me. Give me back my phone. Get off of me. Give me back my phone. Get off of me. Give me back my phone. Tigger, get off my phone.
Do you not see all them crap?
Stop. I'm not doing that.
Yes, you did.
She dropped.
Bro, you're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want my phone.
Shout out to Fashion Nova for the plug, and Target. Target got a plug. Fashion Nova got a plug. Everybody got a plug while this hoe was going crazy.
She could give me the phone and it'd be over. She could give me the phone and it would be over.
Bro, just get over her. She's gonna give
I'm
you.
not on her at all. Give me my phone.
Get off of me,
Give me my phone.
D, if I was anybody else, you wouldn't be doing this.
If you say so. Give me my phone.
Bro, just get over her. You can buy a new phone. Get off of me!
Mr. Tigger! Mr. Tigger, get off of her now!
My phone.
Tigger,
Give me my phone.
Mr. Tigger will never not be funny. Mr. Tigger! Shut your lame ass up. You supposed to sneak Mr. Tigger. If that's your mama and that nigga was on top of your mama, you supposed to drop that phone or set it up, prop it up in the corner, and you supposed to sneak that nigga. You ain't no real nigga. My brother would have snuck my mama, old man. Sure would have. Any one of my brothers would have did that. They would have been over there taping, hollering about no Mr. Tigger. At any rate, the lady, we found out the lady was crazy. Tigger ain't around there beating that hoe. That hoe just crazy. Her and her child, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? At any rate, while all of this is happening and this goes viral, we found out that she was on the run for kidnapping her daughter. Apparently, she had a kid with another man before Tigger and took the daughter. The police have been looking for this bitch for over 10 years and couldn't find her. But it took for her going viral, acting like she getting her ass whooped, for the cops to find her. Well, they arrested her, couldn't find the kid, and from what I'm hearing, they say the child was with Big Tigger the whole time. Please don't give me the line. Let's get into the story. Big Tigger, Mr. Tigger, what do you have going on, Mr. Tigger? Why are you walking around with the kidnapped child? Let's get into it. And this must be the little boy who was saying Mr. Tigger. It must be him. He looked like he was saying it. He looked like he had said, Mr. Tigger, shut up. Learn how to fight, little nigga. You better somebody teach this little nigga how to squabble. Let's get into it.
Big Tigger being seen with a missing daughter. Plus, come out surrounding updates regarding Big Tigger's case with his estranged wife, Alicia Brown. Like, we finally got some answers as to where her 17-year-old daughter has been. Now, during an emergency hearing for Tigger to get custody of his children due to Alicia being in custody, her mother said that the last time she saw her 17-year-old granddaughter, it was at Big Tigger's house.
Well, now that she's in custody, the kid, the 1-year-old and the 4-year-old that were in the vehicle with her when she was arrested in Hart County are taken into defects to their place with her mother. But the point is, defects tries to find a parent to put the child with. Basically, all the dads got their kids back, except this missing 17-year-old. And the judge broke in, Judge Benson, who was handling this case, and she said, when was the last time you seen your oldest granddaughter? The mother responds, a month ago. It's the grandmother. She said, really, where? And she points to Big Tigger and says, at Big Tigger's house.
We all know there have been narratives online surrounding Alicia Brown allegedly kidnapping her daughter. The paternal side of her daughter's family came out saying they haven't seen her in years. Also alleged that they tried to reach out to Big Tigger to let him know what was going on. Allegedly, he blocked them and kept it pushing. I don't know if he thought that they were trolls or not. I personally don't believe that Big Tigger would knowingly house a girl who was kidnapped. It would come with legal repercussions. But I can see from Big Tigger, he walks a pretty fine, narrow line. I found most interesting surrounding this entire situation was Big Tigger actually filed for divorce from Alicia recently. We all know shortly after him getting locked up, Alicia went to jail while she was traveling with 2 children. According to reports, police sent her 2 children with her mother, and her mother ended up in court with Big Tigger. Only reason the 17-year-old daughter even came up was because the judge asked her when was the last time she'd seen her. Of course, I've seen allegedly Alicia Brown rode her daughter into a high school in the area under an alias. That's why people weren't able to find her under her legal name. But I can see Big Tigger has not spoken out regarding the missing 17-year-old or his involvement in anything that could possibly have went on with it. I personally think his hands are clean in that aspect of things, but I'm curious to know what y'all think regarding this. Like I said, details surrounding this case keep coming out and they keep getting worse and worse. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments, y'all. Peace.
What in the hell is going on around there? They enroll in churn in school in different names. And what is Tigger got going on? What? I don't understand. Like, what kind of Rico under the table? Tigger probably adopted her, but Tigger couldn't adopt her, not legally, because they would have to get the rights turned over by the girl real daddy. And they can't do that because the girl real daddy had a court order saying that he needed his child. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of fishy stuff going on around this Tigger thing. Who knows? Maybe the wife was a doggone a beard. I don't know. And things are just now coming out. Something here in the milk ain't clean. And Tigger is a lot dirtier than, this whole thing is dirtier than we know. The whole thing, it's just weird. At any rate, Tigger, let this little girl go by her real daddy. And I ain't gonna lie. Tigger ex-girlfriend, she looked very pretty in these pictures. She seems like, if you don't know she's crazy, you would think she's a gorgeous girl. I mean, well, not here. She looks a little different. She looked like she was on an old episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the first season. This picture right here looked like she could have came on with Jocelyn Hernandez and Mimi and them. But anyways, other than that, she's a pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? And she don't look crazy, I guess, until you get to know her. I don't know, Tigger. All I know is this. If you got that man, little girl, get that man his little girl back, please. Please get that man his daughter back. That is not your daughter. Okay? I know you niggas be wanting to be stepdaddies and things of that nature, but that ain't how that go. That girl got a daddy. And speaking of stepdaddies, I had posted this picture on Twitter. And on said picture on Twitter, we were talking I posted the video of Blueface and how his weird behavior is with Nevaeh's son, Navajo. I know, I love that. Navajo's son, okay? We were talking about how Blueface is being weird with Nevaeh's son. And there was this clear man, I think he was Hispanic or something, but he came on and basically said that basically Blueface was just simply being a good stepdad by nibbling on Superior's ear. And immediately before I got upset, I realized this is a cultural thing. See, Black Americans, we do different in our culture than everybody in the world. See, whereas maybe in the Hispanic speaking communities, I don't know which one he's from, but maybe in the Spanish speaking communities, the men nibble on the little boy's ears. But in the Black American community, we don't do that. We don't do it and think that it's normal, at least, you know? So again, I had to realize, and it's Twitter. Obviously, Twitter is a big rage baiting app. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But it was just making me think of how different cultures can breed into different, it's the same reason why Mexican children wear church shoes all the way to their sticks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different culture things. Either way. Let's get back into the show. I want to talk to y'all about this grading scale. Because this grading scale is extremely important. There's now this thing called the Equitable grading scale. Let's see if we can get AI to tell us about that. Hold on. What is the Equitable grading scale? Is that bitch going?
An equitable grading scale aims to accurately reflect student learning, reduce bias, and boost motivation. It uses a 0 to 4 point scale, a 50% floor for incomplete work, and rubric-based assessments. It also separates academic performance from behavior, eliminates late penalties, and offers opportunities for retakes.
So basically, it turns our kids into dummies. So the Equitable grading scale, like the lady said, is an alternative assessment framework designed to ensure grades accurately reflect academic mastery while resisting implicit bias and supporting student motivation. Now, when they said implicit bias and student motivation, then I said, so this is not about work, it's about how people feel, okay? That's what this is all about. So the grades are going to reflect about people's feelings versus what they've earned. Let's get into what is implicit bias. Hold on, because it says, grades accurately reflect academic mastery while resisting implicit bias and supporting student motivation. Implicit bias is basically how you feel about something. Hold on. Give me the definition of implicit bias. An unconstitutional attitude.
Implicit bias involves unconscious attitudes or stereotypes about social groups that influence our decisions, even if we think we're fair. These biases are automatic, learned through experiences, and present in everyone. Examples include racial, gender, age, and ability-based assumptions.
So my question is this. They're implementing the Equitable grading scale, and they're saying to reduce implicit bias. Are they implying that prior to the Equitable grading scale, that children received lower grades because of how the teachers felt? Are they implying that prior to the Equitable grading scale, that children were not graded fairly due to their race, sex, ethnicity, and things of that nature? I highly doubt that. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm saying I don't think that was ever an issue. See, what the enemy does is they want to give you stuff and make you think it's for your benefit. But in reality, it's the enemy. Nothing they give us is for our benefit. And the Equitable grading scale, in my opinion, is simply just something new that they implemented to dumb our children down. It's not about if you understand that 1 + 1 = 2 anymore. It's about making you feel good. It's about making you not feel left behind. I remember the the whole No Child Left Behind thing first popped off when I was in school. And I thought it was crazy because some of them kids needed to be left behind. You know what I'm saying? But now grading has nothing to do with skills and learning. It's all about feelings. It's all about how people you don't want to make people feel a way and things of that nature. This is going to have a grave effect on the next generations to come. And let me tell you why. They will have horrible times reading. They will have issues counting. They will have issues thinking. They won't have their own opinions. They will literally be walking NPCs. So when you see the grading system and the school system scaling back on things that literally made people, you got to understand it's not about helping. It is about harming the masses. It's about making sure that the masses don't get as far away, don't get to where the enemy wants you to go. And that means we need to dumb these people down. See, they need us to be so stupid that we only rely on AI and them for everything, for knowledge, for jobs, for information, for everything. They want us 100% reliant upon AI. If you was born in the 80s or the 90s or maybe the early 2000s, we're the last ones to get the very last of real information. Probably in the early 2000s, leading toward, all of those kids got bullshit information, especially if they were in a public or charter school. So this is an effort, in my opinion, to dumb down our children and make them stupid, make them so reliant upon AI and on the system that they don't think for themselves. At any rate, the equitable grading scale has now been implemented in public schools nationwide, and we're going to get into why that is, or we're going to get into the whole information of it all. Let's get into it.
So apparently, the public school grading scale has changed. I want y'all to take a good look at this. It says in order to get an A is an 84% to 100%. Since when? 84, anything in the 80, that's a B.
Do y'all see that a D is 24 to 44%? A D is passing. 20. So out of 100%, if a child gets 24% of his grade, he passed. This is No Child Left Behind on crack. They're taking students that failed and turning them into honor roll students. That's what they're doing. Do you understand that? They're literally taking failing, uneducated children and on paper turning them into honor roll students, because the kids who was getting 24% before and failing are now going to get that 24% and do well. You see what I'm saying?
A B. Why wasn't it like this when I was in school? A B is a 64% to 84%.
When I was in school, a 64, you failed. Anything under 70 was under a C and it was an automatic fail. That's when I was in school. But now a 64 is a B. So you turn one of the dumbest children in the class into a goddamn honor roll student. Let me make this clear. When I went to school, a 64 was an automatic F. Automatic. It wasn't no pass goal, no collect $200, no nothing. Now this F student is now a B student. Now you turn the kid who literally don't understand shit about what's on this paper, you've literally turned him into an honor roll student. You can't make this shit up because he's a B student now.
64% is a B? I would have passed with flying colors. Flying colors. Now they want to tip the scales. A C is a 44% to 64%. I'd have been freaking valedictorian. I'd have been a freaking summa cum laude. I'd have been summa cum laude. A D is a 24% to 44%, and an F is a 0 to 24%. What's the requirement?
There is none.
What's the requirement? Whoa. So they ain't got to work no more? Huh? I hate this. Because I wish I had it. I wouldn't have been in school. But for real, y'all, let's be real. This is not right. Let's look at our grading scale. This was our scale. 100 to 90 is an A. 89 to 80 is a B. 79 to 70 is a C. 69 to 65 is a D. And F is 64 and below. That's us.
Yep.
That's the right way.
Didn't I tell y'all 64 was an automatic F? That's the school I went to. And like I said, I remember earlier, 100 was 100. No, A was 100 to 93. Oh yes. Listen, me and my sister was in a low-key competition on who could get the highest GPA. I know what I'm talking about. When I was in school at first, it was a 93 to 100 was an A. 92 down to what, 82 or 83 or 84 was a B. Baby, yes ma'am. Okay, the butterfly voice. You remember, I know, I ain't tripping. Girl, we used to be in a competition to see who can get the highest GPA. Girl, please. A 90 was a B, tops. But at one point, like I said, it was 93 to 100 was an A, and then 92 to like an 84 was a B. But see how they gradually tip the scales?
You mean to tell me a 44 to 64% is a C? You know what? I just feel like now life is all about where you fall when you born.
Yeah, it is.
Millennials, we dealt a bad hand.
No,
they didn't change the grading scale.
Millennials, we're the last generation of people who have real information. Let me say this again. It seems like we were dealt a bad hand, obviously, because we don't have this grading scale, but we are the last intelligent group of people on this earth. Y'all don't understand. We got the last real bit of information from history. Like, we have one leg into the new world and one leg into the old world. We know how to count. We know how to tell time. We know how to color. We know what colors are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we the last group of, listen, I don't think we understand how serious this is. In this millennial area, we're the last group of people who got real information. Everybody else has been diluted with AI, internet, and a bunch of bullcrap twisting up stuff. Okay? Now, I'm not saying everything we learned was right, because we learned some jacked up stuff too. But what I'm saying is, as far as things that we can apply to make ourselves successful, to build, to sustain, we're the last group of people, the millennials, we're the last group of people to have that information to do so. And that's why it's important that we pass that information down to our children. Remember, we the last ones learn how to write in cursive. Our kids don't know how to write in cursive. We have to teach that to them. We're the last ones to know that 1 + 1 = 2. In school now, they teach them 1 + 1 could equal 2, but if you count the variable that 2 don't like 1, then 1 might even be 2. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're the last one with real information. We have to pass it down. We can't gatekeep it. We got to pass it down.
I'm tripping off that 64 to 84% being a B. That's my range. That's why 64%. I had a few 64s. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. Consequences. These kids don't.
They're gonna be stupid AF. Yes, we the last group with common sense too. We the last group with common sense too. And the children now are stupid AF. I don't like calling kids stupid, but it's true. These are not intelligent children that we raising around here. Okay? Let me show y'all these children trying to tell time. Look at these kids trying to tell time. And these are clear ones.
4. 453.
453.
It's not? 353.
She's the closest. No,
Really?
it's not a riddle. It's literally just a clock. What time does this clock show?
453.
No. You're actually wrong.
I'm gonna go ahead and
What's
go
everything?
in. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 50, 51, 52, 352.
What time does this clock show?
10.
10?
10.
What time does this clock show?
No, you piece of shit. 4, yes. 450. It's 3. It's 3 because it's not almost at 450. Oh, 4. That's 52. 3, that's 452. 452. 352. It's 352. That 352.
What is this clock show?
These kids.
Read the time off this clock correctly, you win the clock.
Dude, I've never seen one of these before. I'm used to digital, man.
You ever seen a clock before?
No. 712.
Sure.
Is it 1210?
1210. 1209. Yeah, you're close.
No, 925.
925. Close, you're 5 minutes off.
Thing is 902.
902.
209.
209. Okay.
Why would it be 902? Why would we be in school at 902? Why wouldn't we be in school at 902?
Okay. So what's the conclusion, guys?
902. 209.
Okay, let's let the viewers decide.
Like 674.
Is it 3 o'clock? AM or PM?
Gotta be AM, bro.
Okay. Read the time off this clock correctly.
This is funny, but it's not funny. And it's the clear kids. They're dumbing down the next generations to turn us into NPCs and slaves. Remember, it goes back to thinking about the movie Terminator. In the movie Terminator, and even in the movie I, Robot, the AI and the robots ran everything. The people relied on the AI and the robots. That's what they want to happen now. That's what's going to happen. So these children can't listen. They have control over all of these devices. Your phone, your laptop, your tablet, all that shit. All it takes is somebody higher up at the powers that be to hit a button, and none of our phones work. They could literally cut off communication on each and every person in the world right now, and there would be nothing that we could do. So if people only rely on their phones to tell time, and there's nothing left but clocks, how would the people know what time it is? They won't. Because even if they did have an analog clock, they wouldn't be able to tell time, because these are going to be the new adults. And if the kids don't know the time when they're kids, you know they're not going to know when they're adults. See, it's chess, not checkers. This is how that enemy sets us up. Now, it looks convenient to the parents. It looks great to the kids. We got a lower grading scale. I don't have to try as hard, and I can still get on the honor roll. But long term, how does that affect me? How does that affect the people around me? We're being stupid. We're being taught to be dumb. Dumber than we were when we got here. So now they're going to be relying. Let's say, God forbid, the AI and the robot then took over. We in the movie I, Robot right now, right? And humans have to rely on robots for everything. Let's all imagine. Just imagine. Let's all imagine right quick, right? Let's say we all there. We're here. It's 20, let's say 40. Because I don't think it's going to be that long. But let's go with 2040. It's 2040. The AI and the robots is here. They walk up and down the streets. They police the police. Matter of fact, there ain't no police. The police is the AI and the robots. And everything we need and everything we want, we got to go through an AI or a robot to get it. Let's say the AI and the robots wake up one morning and say, you know what? Shut all this shit down. They make them only dependent on us. Food, water, shelter, entertainment, everything. If they shut everything down and the people don't know how to tell time, let alone write their names or think independently, where does that leave the world? Because that's what they want. They want us to be so dumbed down and so stupid that we heavily rely on AI, and then that's when they got us. That's when they start putting us on boats. Hello? That's when they start doing this. You see what I'm saying? That's when this happens. Remember, I told you, this wasn't our past. This is what they want to be the future. And it ain't going to be about color. It's going to be about anybody who's an NPC. These AI and robots are going to make us so stupid that we're going to volunteer to lay down under boats and be trafficked all over the world. That's how stupid we're going to be, because that's what the enemy wants for us. Okay? Now, the only way that we can combat that is if we do something about it. Meaning, instead of relying on schools to be the teachers to our children, we have to teach our children. Millennials, we're the last ones, with any sort of information. If we die off and don't teach this information to our children, then we would technically be the single points of failure in our lineages. We will literally be one of the sole reasons why we didn't survive, because we had the information, but we got so caught up on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and all this shit that we decided to leave our children to the devices of the world. I think that would be wrong. I think that as the millennials, the last ones with the information, instead of us going viral for getting on internet talking about stupid shit, let's go viral for educating each other. You know what I'm saying? And you know you can make it dope. You know you can make it trendy. You know you can make it popping. You know what I'm saying? Let's just do that. I think we should, because like I said, most of these kids can't tell time. They don't know shapes. They don't know colors barely. Yeah, it's bad. Yes, we got high school students that don't know colors. It's ridiculous. You can't make this shit up. It's insane. I saw a video one time. Let me see if I can find this video where they was asking them kids about the shapes. These children didn't even know shapes. Teens don't know shapes. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, they had this dude that was teaching the kids. Here, look, this guy will tell you about it. This black dude, he used to go viral all the time on TikTok. He'll tell you about it, that the kids don't know their shapes. Look.
Thing is, nobody in this class has a understanding of shapes. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 33. 5 out of 33 have a concept of shapes. We're talking squares, rectangles, triangles. That's all. It's literally, we haven't even gotten to the next. Oh my God, we haven't even got to the hard shapes yet. I haven't asked y'all to pull out a calculator. I haven't asked y'all to multiply. I haven't asked y'all to add. I haven't asked y'all to subtract. I haven't asked y'all to do anything but identify shapes. What shape is this when you cut it in half? What shape is this when you cut this in half? No. I'm just hush. Just hush. I literally have not. This is the first question where they ask y'all to calculate the area. Mind you, if you're paying attention, books with the answer.
Somebody said we were learning this at home before preschool. You are so right. And you know what that tells me? This our fault. Because we all had the same childhood. Our mama taught us our name, and our mama taught us our colors, and our mama taught us shapes before we got to school. All of us, for the most part. But when our children got to school, we didn't teach that. That's our fault. That's on us. We can't blame that on the school system. We can't blame that on no system. That's on us. We got to eat that. We put our kids in front of the TV. Our mamas put us in front of the TV, but she taught us too. When we got the pre-K, as a matter of fact, it was probably a shame if your child got that and didn't know his name. At least how to spell it. You know what I'm saying? We don't teach our kids nothing no more. That's on us. We got to eat that.
There's right on them. This is not even a try it question. This is an example from the book. And only 5 people can give me the answer out of 30-something people, out of 30-something kids. And again, nobody is asking y'all to calculate, multiply, divide, add, subtract. I asked y'all to identify shapes. And we can't get 13-year-olds to identify triangles, squares, and rectangles. This is literally the only class all day who cannot identify shapes. So, tonight, for homework, I'm going to need you guys to draw shapes. Draw shapes.
They 13.
So we can understand what shapes are.
They 13, and their homework is to draw shapes. They're 13, and their homework is to draw shapes. It's sad that we got to go back to sending homework home as far as drawing shapes. But do you know what this does to an educator who has a curriculum that they need to go by, but they can't do the curriculum because the kids don't know something as simple as a circle from a square to a rectangle and a goddamn triangle. If they don't know shapes, how the hell these kids learn geometry? They 13 and their homework is to go home and draw shapes. Let that sink in, man. That's ridiculous, but that's what the system does. And I'm gonna say, we cannot blame it 100% on the system. Where we messed up as parents is we gave our children to the system and we didn't teach our own kids. I don't need nobody to jump in the comments and say I taught mine. I get it, because I taught mine too. But I'm speaking collectively. As a collective, Black America, we don't teach our children. We 1,000,000,000% rely on the system. And the system want our children to be stupid. So when our children can't tell time and they don't know the difference between a triangle, a rectangle, or a square, we can't be mad at the system. At some point, we got to look in the mirror and be mad at ourselves. Because the school shouldn't have to teach our children how to spell in shapes and colors and sizes. We supposed to teach our children that. That ain't up to the school. That's on us. So we got to eat that.
We have to start at the very basic. At 12 and 13, we can't even go into area of a square, area of a triangle. If we can't even identify a square, if we can't even identify a triangle, it's kind of hard. So basically what we're saying.
So I'm saying all that to say, understand what the equitable grading scale is. It has nothing to do with your child all-inclusiveness to figuring out what it is. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That shit is all simply about, it's about dumbing down our children. But again, it's up to us to make sure our children know what the hell going on, okay? But anyway, y'all get the likes up on the video. Let me read a couple of super chats. Get the likes up, and then we're going to jump right back into the show because we got to get into this TS lesbian I found. Yeah. I found a TS lesbian, and I want to bring her over here so we could discuss it. Yeah. Did I read all of the super chats? I think I read them all. Let me make sure, because these are all Jules. Yeah, these are all Jules. All right. Let's get into this TS lesbian. So I found a TS lesbian, y'all, and I wanted to bring him or her to y'all to see what y'all thought about it. So this TS lesbian came on the internet and said that he or she has been having issues. According to the TS lesbian said that it's been trying to date women, but it's hard, okay? Now, this is according to the TS lesbian. Hold on. Now, the TS lesbian says that women are a piece of work. Now, if y'all are trying to figure out how we got a TS lesbian, let me explain to y'all. A TS lesbian is a man who's a TS, but he don't like boys. He still like girls. So it's a man with a bird who still want to put it in a girl, but he want to be the girl too. You know how y'all be saying who gonna be the boys? Well, the TS lesbian said nobody. That's what this is. So let's get into a TS lesbian, talk about how it sucks being a TS. I can imagine it sucks. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of girls want to be your friend and they probably want to use you for your little bird, your little meat pistol or whatever. I'm pretty sure it sucks. But anyway, we're going to get into it. This should be interesting. We're going to watch it together. I didn't see it. Let's get into it.
It fucking sucks dating women as a trans woman. It sucks like being primarily attracted to women when you're a trans woman. It does, especially in an area like this where it's like more conservative. Because it's like, I don't know. Because even like if I feel like also when I'm in queer spaces and like more towards, you know, the metro cities, the big cities, like mainly New Orleans pretty much.
Oh, Lord.
I still feel a hesitation. Like I still feel like, okay, I'm testing every girl's gaydar, right? Because with some girls, like, you know, they're a little bit out there, out the way. And they're queer, but it's like they draw the line at girl date, which is totally fine, but it's a thing to think about. And like really and then also the internet has completely messed up the narrative for trans lesbians, especially TERFs, which are like trans exclusionary radical feminists. Look that up because I don't want to go into a whole fucking Wikipedia article about it.
What's the name of them? TERF. What's the name of them? What did he say? Trans exclusionary radical feminist. What is that? What is trans exclusionary radical feminist? It says TERF is a subset of radical feminism that rejects the validity of transgender identities, asserting that womanhood is defined strictly by biological sex rather than gender identity. Followers of this ideology often refer to themselves as gender critical. Oh. Gender critical. So the TERF people, trans exclusionary radical feminists, they just a subset of radical feminists that rejects the validity of trans. So it's women who's feminists who don't like the TSs. That's all that is. That's all that is. It's probably clears, but it's clear feminine women and feminist women, who don't like TSs that want to be a feminist too. That's what it's giving.
Feminists. Look that up because I don't want to go into a whole fucking Wikipedia article about it. But yeah, so that's sus, and they make the narrative that like, oh, we're trying to be predatory towards cis women, which isn't the truth. Cis is not a slur; it's just a descriptor. It's just saying what you already are. So I don't understand why people.
And I agree. And punk is not a slur neither. Y'all gotta stop getting mad when we call y'all punks. Y'all call us cis, and we get to call y'all punks. Now, when y'all stop calling us cis, maybe we'll stop calling y'all punks. Okay? Now, y'all need to get over that term too. Just like we need to get over the cis word, y'all got to get over the punk word. It's the new norm. If we're here, it's never going nowhere. Get used to it. And fish. I forgot about fish too. Thank you, Simply Monique. Cis and fish. Them the two words they told us that we got to get used to. So I need all of y'all to get used to the word punk. Not punk. Now, punk, P-O-N-K, punk, okay? And we're going to come up with some new ones too. But for now, we're just going to stick with punk. And y'all going to have to eat that. Just like y'all want us to eat fish and cis, y'all going to have to eat punk, okay? But he a TS, so I don't know.
We'll get something mad about that. But yeah, no, dating women as a trans woman, such trying to casually mess around with women as a trans woman sucks. Living in an area like this sucks, but I'll get out. It's not too bad. There's people, obviously, who are like supportive and are like attracted to me or whatever, or like there has been people that have been attracted to me. A few that I fumbled. There's definitely been a lot that I fumbled, but that's just life. You know, you're gonna fumble.
Yeah, that's true.
But still, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if there's any other trans women who have the same sentiment, but I just kind of wanted to say my piece on that right quick. Yeah, but dating in general is just a shit show for everyone. But it's even worse when you're trans.
So there you go. The TS lesbians are having issues, okay? Now, I don't know if you fall on the side with TS Madison or not. I think you should talk to him. T.S. Madison got all the hoes over there, and I'm pretty sure he done dropped some bird off on one or two of them. So I think if you go talk to T.S. Madison, he can help you. Either way, I never thought I'd ever meet a T.S. lesbian. You're my first. It's all y'all's probably first. But you know what though? Now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of y'all TS's might be lesbians. A lot of y'all TS's might be lesbians. A lot of y'all might like the boys, but like the girls too. Because I'm starting to learn a lot about the TSs and things of that nature. At any rate, things are going bad for my boy. Oh, sorry, my girl boy, my nigga bitch. He said turf on his ass, and it's not fair because he's looking for a place to belong. And I'm pretty sure he's going to find somewhere to belong. Again, I just wanted to share that with y'all because I had never seen a TS lesbian. That was my first time. And I wanted to share that with y'all. I think that was dope. He's a cute guy. Girl, whatever. He cute or whatever. I think he'll find love. I think at Some girl will see him, she'll be queer like him. And what is even queer? Is queer just, I think queer is just a word where people use like a filler. If you don't want to say exactly what you is, you just get to say queer. I don't know, they gonna say queer something else, but I think queer is just a filler word for when you don't want to describe the type of nasty shit you be doing. Hold on. What is the definition of clear? Queer, not clear. What is the definition of queer? See? An umbrella term for sexual and gender minorities who are not heterosexual and cisgender. I was right. Queer is just a blanket term for when you don't want to explain it. Bitch. Queer, bitch. But you look like a boy. I'm queer. It'd be like, but you look like a boy. See, that's all it is. Let's move on. Y'all met y'all first tea as lesbian. I think that's dope. Now I want to get into the camera at the gynecologist office. OMG. There was a lady who went into a gyno office, and you know I'm a girl, done been there, done been down to the gyno office, child, and let them people put that thing between my legs. Well, tell me why, outside of it already being comfortable, this lady went down to the office and saw that there was an eye in the sky watching her. Apparently, right outside the office door was a camera that was recording the whole thing. Now, for y'all who don't know about the gyno office, typically when you go down there, they put this thing, they make us get on this bed, and we gotta lay down and spread eagle like we about to get that bird, but we not getting no bird. At first, they used to be a metal thing, but now they take this plastic thing and it's kind of shaped like a little bird or whatever, and they put it inside like this the hole. They put it in a hole, but when they get in the hole, they turn this thing and they go, and the thing opened up the wound like this. So now the hole that used to look like this, the doctor got it wide open like that, like a volcano. And that's what we be doing when we go down there. You know what I'm saying? See, when y'all be putting that thing on us and we don't know if you burnt us, we be having to go let the people do that to see if you burnt us. You see what I'm saying? To see if I'm itching because I'm nervous or if I'm itching because you got cracked. You see what I'm saying? To see if this little bump is because I cut myself shaving or because you nasty. You see what I'm saying? That's what we be having to do when we go down there. So it's already an invasive procedure as it is. But to find out, let me say this, as a woman, I never feel comfortable with somebody down up under my ass with my coochie this wide. Because, bitch, you can see my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I've never been comfortable. It has always been uncomfortable. I hate pap smears, even though I've had many in my day. I hate them. You know, I think it's extremely invasive. And plus, I think they just be up there looking for other stuff. I don't think they up there doing what they say. Yeah, with that cold, that time about it's gonna be a little cold. Girl, they put that cold cream on there and stick that thing up your woo-ha. Girl, anyways, the point is this. It's a very already invasive procedure. But to know that you're going through it with the doctor and her chromie, her sidekick watching down there, now they got an eye in the sky watching, that is ridiculous. I feel bad. And if I was the person, I would sue this hospital. Let's get into it. So that's the hospital bed. And look at the camera. Now, why is this important? Because the door, typically, they supposed to take this curtain and pass it by the door or over the door so that you can't see in or outside of the room. But apparently, this lady went down there and had the whole pap smear done, and they didn't pull the curtain, and that little camera up there was watching her the whole time. Like, what?
Pointed maybe the other direction down the hallway, but no, if we actually zoom into the camera, you can see that it's pointed directly facing the hallway that you would walk into this room. So it is very likely that this camera could actually see into the room.
Bruh, I would die. Again, if you've never seen a pap smear happen in real life, you don't understand how traumatizing it can be. But ultimately, they literally turn our coochie holes into volcanoes. You feel what I'm saying? They literally take it and they stretch it out wide open. So what the hell is they up there doing in the doggone eye in the sky? And I can imagine there's some nasty pervert behind there probably jacking off with his little nasty tail self. Y'all be careful. You know, I ain't gonna lie. Personally, I think I've had my last pap smear. After I got out my last relationship, I went and got my checkup as I always do. Oh, yes. I went and got my checkup, let the lady look between my legs and things of that nature. I think I had my last pap smear. I'm going to be real. Everything is pointing to leave that shit alone, and I think that I'm going to do that. I don't plan on being a whore anymore, so I think I should be good. I think I'm going to just go ahead on and hang it up. I think I'm done with letting them people go between my legs. I think I am, for real. Unless something crazy happened, which God forbid. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm good. I think I'm done. Plus, and this is the worst part, when they do the thing, they take this Q-tip. Now, the Q-tip is about the length of 3 of these things. And they take the Q-tip. Now, after they got your hole wide like this, they take the Q-tip and stick it all the way in there. And then they jug it around. Feel like in your goddamn small intestines. You feel what I'm saying? They jug the Q-tip, 3 of them, about 2 or 3 of them. They stick it up there and they... And then they, you know, it's already too much. I think I had my last one. I think my last one is, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to pray about it. Let's move on. Y'all do know it is Educational Friday. Please make sure y'all pull over, and pop out, okay, for Educational Friday. I don't know what we're talking about yet, but we will be talking about something. Let me just say this. Vic Mensa. Vic Mensa already got into it, or been getting, I don't know why they've been sending Vic Mensa to be the guy to speak to Black America, but it's really starting to piss me off. Like, I am so sick and tired of every time Black Americans say they're not African, they always send one of their chromies to us as if we can be checked. Especially as if we can be checked by any of these melanated groups of people. I'm starting to feel extremely disrespected. So what's going on? Every time we turn around and we realize that we're not African and we do genealogy, the enemy always sends one of his cronies, Dr. Umar, Vic Mensa, all these people to come and check us. And Vic Mensa called himself doing that with Cameron. Cameron made a video basically saying that he's not African, and he's not. Not only did he say he wasn't African, he said that that he heard that they stink over there and things of that nature. Now, when Cameron said that, they sent Vic Mensa out there to basically say that it was wrong. And basically, Vic Mensa came out to check Cameron, for lack of better terms. And I'm telling y'all, I don't like that, because I feel like, who the hell do these tethers think they are that they can check us about anything that we say? Because at the end of the day, if we ain't African, we ain't African. And there's nobody, let me show you Vic Mensa. There's nobody that can sit down here and convince us that we are, especially no tethers. Now, Vic Mensa is a tether. They say he's mixed breed or something like that. Nigerian and white or something like that. He don't get to come over here and check us about saying we not African at all. Let's get into a little bit of Vic Mensa.
Somehow the I'm not African arguments just keep getting weaker. So let's dive into it.
I'm not from Africa, bro. And you might be, I don't know, Eritrean.
Niggas don't want to take DNA tests? Fine. But plenty of Black Americans have. This 23andMe study looked at 5,000 self-identified African Americans and found average ancestry 73.2% African, 24% European, and 0.8% Native American. If you want to look it up yourself, it's in the American Journal of Human Genetics. Now, cue the same nigga who believe a YouTube video called The Real Truth They Hid From You Part 17 being like, nah, I need a stronger methodology than DNA science. Just, fuck. Next, let's look at literature. Zora Neale Hurston has a book called Barracoon, which is a first-person account of the last enslaved...
First of all, using Zora Neale Hurston is a red flag, because Zora Neale Hurston was a real literal agent for the government. She literally got paid to write for the government. But the whole argument is a bunch of bullshit. You have a tether telling Black Americans about being African or not. Nigga, mind your business. But again, it's this enemy. Even with Godfrey and them, they literally go grab these people and in their minds think these people can check us. Can none of these tether niggas check us at all about nothing? And I don't understand when they're going to catch on to that. But the fact that they keep sending these people is really starting to piss me off because I'm starting to feel disrespected like a dog. Like, you cannot, none of these niggas who barely know their own identity can't come to me and tell me shit about who we are here in America. Nigerians don't have history past the 60s. They can't talk to me about who Black Americans are in America. Ghana don't have history past the 1950s. They cannot come to America and tell me anything about history and who we are in America. None of these people that they get to come over here and so-called check us can talk to us about anything regarding lineage and history and who we are, because they don't even have the history on themselves. It just bothers me. Like, who this nigga supposed to be? I'll tell you who he's supposed to be, a punk, and it makes all the sense in the world. Let me show you something, bro. This Vic Mensa character, now it's making all the sense in the world. Look at what he was doing prior to being the DEI candidate. Look. I wasn't lost. I don't want to play the music. Look. Now we understand. I keep telling y'all, they sell their souls, so they don't have a problem with picking up and collecting as many souls as they can while we're with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga can't come to me and talk to me about nothing. Who is this nigga? Where did y'all get this nigga from? Seriously. And this the nigga y'all done dressed in the I Love DEI shirt, and he's gonna come to America and tell us that we should trust DNA testing and that we tripping for saying we not African? Man, watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Man, move around. These is the people who over here telling us that we Africans. Take a look. These is the people in America telling us we're Africans. Watch out. Please and thank you. Vic Mensa can't tell me shit. He needs to figure out where his people come from. Prior to the 1960s, where was the Nigerians? What were they called? What language did they speak? What region did they live? Because they wasn't in the place that we know today to be Nigeria. Where was that? Where did people come from? That's what I want to know. Instead of him coming to America, Godfrey included, instead of these whack-ass Nigerians coming to America to tell us about who we are and buck us up to take this damn DNA test, they need to tell me about where they come from and who they are. What were y'all people prior to the 1950s and the 1960s? Did y'all exist, or were y'all curating in a lab somewhere? Don't talk to me. Get Vic Mensa off of here. Please and thank you, get him off of here. It's just ridiculous, bro. It's extremely ridiculous. It's what it is. Know who's talking to you and know who's giving you information. But this brings me, and before we get to this last subject, let me show y'all another thing. How they tell y'all Haitians running around here swearing to God. Let me see if I can find a video of the Haitians telling us they built America. Hold on. Hold on. Haitians been going around telling us that they built America and that since the TPS has been going down, that we're going to need them. That's what the Haitians say. Hold on. Haitians built America. Yeah. Let's get into it. Let these people lie and tell us that they built America. Let's get into it with the Haitians saying about America. And then I'm going to show y'all something.
For all of us to raise our voices and to say, this is the time for all of us to raise our voices and to say, this country is also our country, is also the country of our immigrants, because we are the one who built it. This is the time for all of us to.
And Asian, they work hard. They're always on time at their work. They don't take no days off, no days out. They're always there. And we built America. So I don't know what's going on. And Asian,
This is the time for all of us to raise our voices and to say this country is also our country, is also the country of our immigrants, because we are the one who built it.
Given the circumstances.
Pause, beautiful. I'll come back to you in just a second. Let's get into the people who claim they built America. This is Haiti, 2026. These are the people who are in America saying that they built America. And this is Haiti in 2026. Just like the Nigerians, just like the Ghanaians, just like all these other people from these islands. Y'all come to America and they regurgitate that witchcraft. Because you know that lie that immigrants built America is told over and over, so much so that people really believe it. And that's textbook witchcraft. This is why all the politicians come on the internet and say immigrants built this country. They say it over and over again so that people start to believe it, okay? Now, these are the Haitians who claim they built America. Let's go back to Haiti and see what Haiti looks like.
This is the business people that came to America and built America. These are the people who built America. This is the enterprise. It all started from here, y'all. This is the Haitian Wall Street.
I am going to stick here for the day, you know?
It's total chaos. And this is normal everyday life. This is how they get down. Look, this is a truck flipped over and they turned it into a store. They just left this shit there. Yeah, shit is all over the place.
We have a church in front of us. No way. Let me take you a little bit closer, eh? This is like a movie, guys. I'm telling you. Look at that.
This is not like a movie. This shit is like the Hunger Games. You gotta wake up to this shit. It's like an endless nightmare.
It's insane how this is possible, you know, like people are pretty much vending their stuff next to the trash, you know? So
wow, 1804 for this?
Yes.
The market is in the middle of a dump site. Imagine the smell. You got a market, a dump site, and a church all together. The fuck is going on in Haiti? The best way to describe this is hell on earth.
Madness. Even though myself, I don't...
This is so filthy, you don't even see stray dogs. Dogs don't even come to this place.
Probably because...
It's only fitting for Haiti.
I was about to say, they say dogs don't come there. Y'all fill in the blanks. But these are the people in America. Now you see why they go to crying and windmilling when they get threatened to go back home. Remember, think about it like this. Their job is to come to America and trick Black Americans into believing something that is not true. The main job for immigrants, I don't give a damn where they come from. Their job is to make us believe something that is literally not true. They want us to believe that they built this country whole time they weren't even here. We built the country. Remember, if we believe they built it, then we won't find value in ourselves. We won't think that we're builders. We won't think that we're creators. Plus, whatever we see, we'll give it to them. So this enemy made sure that all these immigrants, when they come into America, everybody has to be on the same accord. What accord is that? You need to make them think that they are the less and you're the better. You built the country, they didn't. We'll give you stipends, we'll give you businesses, we'll give you land, we'll give you all these things as long as you keep up the lie and even indoctrinate your own kids. Make them believe that what you're saying is real, even though we all know it's not. We need you to tell yourself this lie till you believe it, and not only tell yourself the lie till you believe it, tell them the lie until they believe it. And that's exactly what these immigrant groups do. They come to America knowing that their homelands look just like this. Every single immigrant who moves to America knows that they are lying to us. Every one of them. They know that their homelands are just like this. Yet and still, they come to America and tell us that they come from kings and queens and they love their homelands. And without their homelands, there would be nothing. And without their homelands, we would be nothing. They tell us these bold-faced lies. knowing good and well nothing about this is true. And this is why I tell Black America, y'all got to stop trusting these people. We don't have no allies. There is no ally. Ain't no allies. All of that Pan-African shit, all of that, oh, we gonna all be together. No, that don't exist. Everybody in here playing in your face. And when you look at it, if I could put myself in the mind of the immigrant, I would do the same thing to us too. I wouldn't want to go back home to this. You damn right I'll come to America and lie to you niggas and tell y'all I built this shit. If it means I get to stay, you damn right I would. And this is all of these people. This ain't just one or two groups of them. It's all of them. And I'm not telling you to beef with the people. I'm just telling you to open your eyes and see the truth. The truth is, Black America is Truman, and we are starring in the Truman Show. And all of these groups of people have a part to play into making sure we remain sleep, stupid, docile, and ignorant. So when they come over here crying because TPS get taken away, or they come over here looking at you crazy, treating you bad, you know why. They resent you. Even your slums look better than their homes. You see why they don't like you? You see why they smile in your face, but behind your back be trying to get you fired from your job? I get it. I would feel the same way if I was one of them. I understand now. I get it. You have nothing to lose. Either I make it in America or they send me back to my hometown where I could be beat, raped, or something like that, or I have no quality of life. You damn right I'm over here lying to you niggas. You damn right. Every chance I get, I'm lying to you niggas telling y'all came from Africa. You damn right. It all makes common sense for them. It just makes no common sense for us. Does that make sense? And you know what does make common sense? The stuff that does make common sense, we get told to ignore. The things that does make common sense, we're constantly told to ignore. And that's a problem. Because the fact of the matter is, we've been indoctrinated so much to think that where Africans came off a boat from slavery, that when someone tells us the common sense story that we were already here, we're automatically rejecting it. That's a problem. And I don't know how many people y'all gonna need to come out and tell y'all that we didn't come off a boat and we ain't from Africa and that we're indigenous to here, but we gonna keep playing it until we get it. So here is Pilar Sanders. She was married to Deion Sanders. They have a son named Shiloh Sanders. Now Shiloh is having a conversation with his mama, and even his mom is gonna tell him that we were already here, that we are the indigenous Indian population that was here before Christopher Columbus, his black ass, and them other Negro peons and some clears got off the boat, okay? Let's get into it. Y'all get the lights up.
Do you know everybody outside of America knows who Black people really are in America, except Black people in America?
What are they?
They're Americans. They're the natural.
I said, what are they? Like, well, it's not me. What,
Right, exactly,
what am I?
right.
You never told me what I am.
Yeah, you're the natural person of the land, which they entitled Indians at one point, but you're from the land.
So
not black as in the color black. There's no nationality like. Do you know everybody outside of America knows who Black people really are in America?
That's the craziest part. Even Pilar Sanders understands. She's waking up from the witchcraft. I tell y'all this every day. Everybody knows who we are. It benefits them to make us believe we're something that we're not. Everybody knows who we are. They all know. Don't let them lie to you and tell you they lying. They know exactly who we are. But it benefits the white people. It benefits the Asians. It benefits the other melanated groups to come here and tell us that we're something else. This is why everybody is so invested in us taking them fucking DNA tests, which are literally for entertainment purposes only. It has been proven that the DNA tests are not real. But they continue to push them as facts because they need you to continue to buy into the idea that you come from somewhere else. Because the longer you believe that, they continue to eat high off the hog. If you believe you are African, they get to say they American and they get all your benefits. Come on, man. Everybody knows who we are. Don't let them lie to you. They know exactly who we are.
Do you know everybody outside of America knows who Black people really are in America, except Black people in America?
What are they?
They're Americans. They're the natural.
I said, what are they? Like, well, it's not me. What,
Right, exactly,
what am I?
right.
You never told me what I am.
Yeah, you're the natural person of the land, which they entitled Indians at one point, but you're from the land.
So
not black as in the color black. There's no nationality. Like, do you know every
Shout out to Shiloh Sanders and his mom, Pilar Sanders. Some of us understand. The fact of the matter is this. We have been indoctrinated to believe something that is 100% false, okay? And that was done on purpose by design. There is a large benefit for everybody outside of Black America if we believe that we came from Africa. This is literally the short and tall of it. As long as we believe we came from Africa and that we were slaves, everybody lives in heaven on earth, and we continue to live in hell. You see what I'm saying? So as long as we believe we come from Africa, we have to be under the curses that Africa gives us, even if it's through the Bible. All of those stories that hinge on us being from Africa hinges upon us being in a curse or under a curse. So the longer you believe we're African, the longer they get to eat off of our coattails. The longer you believe we were slaves, the longer they get to say they built America. Does that make sense? Mind you, Haiti don't have nothing at home to say they built, yet they saying that they built America. Nigeria don't have nothing at home that they built, yet they over here saying they built America. Ghana don't have nothing at home that they built, yet they over here building America. And I gotta say this part, but the Caribbeans, y'all about to catch it straight too. The Caribbeans are over here in America, in North America, saying that y'all built us, and y'all ain't built shit back there neither. And this what bothers me with that. Because we supposed to be on the same team. If the Caribbeans really truly understood what was really going on, they would know that these people using divide and conquer trying to play with us, okay? They need us to be beefing with each other so we won't get together and realize we both getting played. At the end of the day, we all have an origin, and our origin is from the lands in which we are from. Black America, your origin is right here. But as long as you keep believing you African, they'll continue to make themselves the Americans. Does that make sense? We definitely, like I said, I really hate that the Caribbeans got caught up in this crap because just like I said, like us, like the Ghanaians and like the doggone Nigerians, y'all haven't built nothing back in the Caribbeans neither. You know? Somebody said the Caribbeans think they from Africa too. A lot of them do. You know, listen, you got to understand, they got indoctrinated like us. They got the same indoctrination, just with different characters. They got indoctrination with Irish and Indian. It's the same shit, different toilet. So a lot of them think they're Africans too. But a lot of the indigenous people out there know that they're indigenous as well. Trust and believe. I go out there. I go to the Caribbean every year. I visit a different Caribbean island. It's outside of the internet, and the westernized ones, a lot of them know that they from that land. A lot of them know. You just got to talk to them. You can't talk to the ones here in America. They westernized. They different. Plus, the ones back home don't like them no way. No cap. I'm just being real. They don't like y'all. They feel like y'all sellouts and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the ones back home, some of them understand what's really real. Just like in America, some of us understand what's really real, but the mass majority of us believe we come from Africa. We're waking up, though. We waking up. With that being said, though, let me get up off of here, y'all. I'll be back in another hour or so for Educational Friday. Make sure y'all pull over, and pop out. I got to get in touch with that guy. It was a guy I wanted to come on Educational Friday and do an interview. I forgot his name. I got to get back in touch with him. But with that being said, though, love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see y'all next week for the Joce and this weekend down at the dollhouse for some reason or another. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, drop it for your wah 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 wah. Lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.